What's up? Are we live? We're live.
We're live on everything, and they're right next to each other. So let's.
We're live on YouTube and Facebook. We're live on Instagram. Yeah, it does look better for sure.
Yeah, we're not looking two different directions. Hello, everyone.
Today's been a doozy. I haven't been in the kitchen.
Not too shabby.
Apart from the machine messing up.
Machine messed up once again.
Yeah, gotta love it. All right. So today we're going to start the discussion off with tips for eating during the holidays. You gonna be able to see questions on there?
Yeah.
All right. Tips for eating during the holidays.
I think we started it with like how to eat during the holidays, and I thought first you scoop it, you open your mouth, put the food in your mouth. Yeah.
Nice tip, baby. So what tips you got? Enlighten us.
All right. So my tips would be figure out your goals, figure out what you really want for yourself. It doesn't have to be to stay keto or low carb or whatever during the holidays. But I feel for a lot of the people that follow Robert and I, you guys know that we are that way. This is our lifestyle. We don't go off for events and celebrations and things like that. We like our life and our lifestyle, so we don't feel it necessary to have to go off of what we do on a day-to-day basis in order to celebrate. But figure out what that goal is first. You know, we have chosen that. What is your choice, and what are you going to allow yourself, and what are you not going to allow yourself? You don't want the craziness of the holidays to make you go crazy off board, go nuts, but you also don't want to be overly thinking about food when you're supposed to be spending time with your family, whether that means that you're trying to diet and cut and do all these things, or people are going to ask you a million questions and make you feel uncomfortable. Figure out your goals, figure out how to manipulate your food around those goals, and stick to it, and don't let anybody make you waver, you know?
I would say this. Don't let any decisions, don't let anybody else, whether it be family or friends or anybody that you see during the holidays or any other time of the year for that matter, dictate your decisions. So I see so many people veer off track nutritionally speaking because they feel pressured by the people around them. They're with the bros or their friends and they want to have a beer, or they want to have some other thing. They wouldn't normally do that if they were just by themselves. They let the pressure from those around them dictate their decisions. And that's just bad news all around, no matter what time of year it is, but it's especially bad during the holidays because that's just when it's running rampant. So whatever your goals are, know that, have enough self-awareness to know where your weaknesses are and not put yourself in a place that's going to be, weighing on those weaknesses, tempting you unnecessarily. Ideally, you've got enough self-discipline to not let the people around you dictate your decisions. But if you don't, if that's a weakness of yours, then don't put yourself in that position to begin with. That sounds super harsh, but again, it kind of goes back to what are your goals, what are your priorities in life, and are you going to act according to those goals and priorities? When I'm in a competition prep, I started my competition prep last November 1st. That was before Thanksgiving. That was before Christmas. That was before any of those times. Guess what I did? I brought Tupperware with pre-prepared food to those events. And I didn't do it because I was trying to be, holier than thou to the people around me. I cared about them. Those times of years, those holidays, those celebrations are about the people anyways. So I was able to focus on them. I was able to focus on the communication. I was able to focus on the relationship. And I didn't let the food on the table dictate my decisions. This year, I'm not in a competition prep, this holiday season. So I have those foods. They're all keto foods that I'm eating. I'm not having carbs and stuff. But I'm not tracking on the macros as strictly because that's just not my goal right now. So know yourself, know your goals, and then act according to those goals, and don't let other people dictate your decisions.
A lot of people will decide, okay, so this year's crazy, first of all. This year's a weird one. Some families will decide not to get together. Some families will decide to continue to get together. Either way, this might be a really great year to actually start a new tradition. So if you are starting a new lifestyle, this is a really great opportunity to be like, this homemade keto mac and cheese or keto cheesecake or whatever it is going to be something I'm going to start bringing every single year. This is the year to start those new traditions and to start those new fun things that people aren't used to, because this year is crazy anyways. So this is your opportunity to like put your foot in, say, this is what I'm going to do going forward, and decide for yourself and for the people around you, and just throwing in that other new thing, because yes, this year's been crazy and some people just want to stick to their normal traditions for like some sort of normalcy.
Now your neck vein's really popping.
I'm passionate. Or you can, throw in something totally new and totally exciting, and yeah.
And yeah.
I'm sure you guys will have more questions to go along with this.
Tina Kramer, what's up? Hey, yo, how you doing? Two crazy ketos. How are you doing?
Hello. Hi,
I need to talk with y'all at some point. We need to think. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but we need to figure out time to catch up. I'd love to pick y'all's brain on something.
Questions? I don't have any questions on mine. You guys are not questionable today.
Not questionable. What's up, DJ DG Moto? I got a call with you in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to jump on there soon.
Great message, guys. The grill coach.
The grill coach. So yeah, let's talk about the fact that we just got back from an awesome hunting trip this past week.
I did not.
Crystal did not.
I was here.
It was the guys only. Danny Vega, Mike Mutzel. We had Anthony J there. We had Brandon Scott there. We had myself, and it was amazing. We got a bunch of pigs. We got 20 pigs. We got 3 deer. It was great all the way around. I had a lot of fun. Having some time to disconnect from everything, including your macro trackers, is a good thing as well. Just send us an email. We'd love to talk. Awesome. I will do so. Faux show.
What is your favorite holiday foods? Like keto or non-keto?
Before keto, I really loved those. My grandma used to make this holly, and I think she made it with like frosted flakes with like green food coloring.
That was really good.
And she like put little red hot things on there for the berries.
Yep.
I used to love those.
Man, those were really good. I haven't had those since I was a kid.
Those are really good. I'm so jealous. I'd love to go hunting with you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to bring more people into the hunting space because it's just amazing. Any tips to avoid binge eating? I eat clean all week and then binge like crazy on the weekends. Okay, so you said you want to start?
No, I just said I do. I actually had like a whole thing at a certain point where people were emailing me all the time about binging, and I have like this set email of what I would send them of how I actually got myself to stop binging. And it's been a couple of years.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I can also send you the email if you would like to. You can totally email me and I can send that direct thing to you. But I think the first biggest thing is if you are restricting during the week, stop. You're not doing yourself any good. Restricting yourself the entire week to just binge on the weekend. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water and actually fueling yourself properly. If you're getting in super nutrient-dense foods, you're actually going to feel a lot more satisfied mentally, emotionally, physically, all those things, because you're getting in the nutrition to actually nourish your body. So if you're not getting in like organ meats or some sort of supplement for that, your body will actually begin to crave certain things, and also like serotonin and dopamine and those types of things. Do things in your life that also produce those hormones, like working out, oddly, like be sexually active with your person. All of those things actually help you to release the same hormones that happen when you're binge eating. So those are just a couple of things, but I do have an email that I can, or like a it's just a Google document that I put together that I just wrote. That was like step by step, like how I kind of helped myself out of it, like mentally, emotionally, physically. Like it's a really hard thing because it's like you're carrying this big weight and this big secret around all the time, and it's not fun, It's hard.
And I don't know if you're binging on just food in general or carb food specifically, or just keto food. But one thing that I would notice with a lot of people that do binge is that they'll be in a deficit for far too long. So like if you're in a really steep deficit and you've been there for a while, you're going to be hungry. Okay, you're going to be hungry no matter what diet you're following, whether it's keto or high carb or anything. You're going to be hungry, and if you're super hungry, your body's hormones are going to be jacked up. And having a period of that hunger is not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're chronically hungry and if you're chronically under eating, then it's going to make your likeliness of binging and just totally going off the rails much more likely. So if you've been in a deficit for quite some time, it may be worth your while to have a period of time at a maintenance or at a surplus even. I think having a period of time at a like legitimate surplus in which it's almost uncomfortable to eat so much food is honestly really, really good for one's ability to learn that they don't need to binge.
Yeah.
So I would encourage that from time to time as well.
And your body will hit like a consistent, stable a weight. If you're consistently eating, if you're going down and up and down and up and down and up, you're actually more likely to gain body fat than if you just ate in a surplus maintenance all the time. Jonathan said, "Hey, what's up? Looks like a lot of bacon."
A lot of bacon. Joshua Moore, have you ever had panic attacks? Have you ever had panic attacks?
Yes. They started when I was like 14, I think. Yeah, I think I was 14.
What did you panic about?
I'm not really sure. I think first of all, I was having a lot of caffeine for a child that age. But also like the stresses of school. My dad he was working in a different state and he'd come home and he would visit us and things like that. Like there was just a lot going on in my life. I think there was a lot in my childhood that actually caught things that I never resolved within myself. And then they went away for a long time. And actually when we started the businesses back up, I had a lot of like weight and stress and things like that on me. And I started having them again. But at this point, I had really learned to kind of control it and control my breathing and things like that in order to make. But it's been like a whole thing since I was 14, like on and off throughout the years. I've dealt with them.
I don't think I've ever had panic attacks. I've been super stressed and super depressed, but I don't think I've ever had a panic attack. Not that I can recall, anyways.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it was like I had one earlier this year. I just got some really bad news, and I just like had a moment where I could not.
What was that news?
Kimberly.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes like it's just like your body like locks up and decides like, oh, just kidding, you're not gonna be able to breathe for a second, but you can. It's just like all your anxiety.
Yeah. Tina says, how's the house painting, land clearing, and updating going? Love the house update videos. So it's going good. Crystal's been painting away. I just ordered a bush hog, not for a tractor because I would have to get a tractor to pull the bush hog. So it's called the DR mower. It's basically like a walk behind bush hog. So hopefully that will get in before I go back up to the house, and I'll be bush hogging quite a bit. So we'll definitely do an update video then.
Yep.
Great info, thanks. You betcha.
Matching earth tones today. Cute. We are pretty cute, huh?
Definitely not planning that. Joshua says, I wanted to thank you guys for getting me interested in bodybuilding. I plan on doing my first show this year and plan on stepping on stage at 5'7", 220 pounds. I'm currently 260 pounds. That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. Definitely take some pictures and update us along the way.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. You'll probably be much lighter than you think you'd be. When I first decided to do a competition, I was 230 pounds, and I thought that I would compete at 200 pounds even. I wound up not stepping on stage until I was 150 pounds. I lost a lot more than I had anticipated. Now, from 260 to 220 is quite a big drop, but just forewarning there that every time you do a first show, you have a lot more body fat and weight than you realize you have, and it's just kind of eye-opening to see it come off.
Work nights and have been listening to the podcast the last few nights. So appreciate it. My biggest struggle is finding time to work out on that schedule, but staying strict keto at least. That's awesome. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, working nights is tough.
It is. It really is. I know Brandon Clark. What is his new Instagram name?
It's Keto Dad Bod Destroyer, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just the Dad Bod Destroyer.
Maybe that's it.
And he works overnight as a, got a bubble in my throat, sorry. He works overnight as a police officer, and I know that he does a lot of like body weight stuff, resistance bands, things like that, that he can get a workout in really quickly because he works nights and then he has 5 kids. And he's also a keto coach and like all those things. And it's just like crazy. You just wonder how someone does it. But I think it does help a lot that he does work out at home, right after work or whatever he does. But he's a good one to actually talk to if you're looking for someone who like has advice on working nights.
I just recorded a podcast today, hadn't gone live yet, with Dr. John Jaquish, who is the X3 guy, like the X3 bar guy. Does anybody have that X3 bar or use that X3 bar? I'm curious to get your feedback.
Appreciate you guys creating that space. Really helped me through the night.
Absolutely. Joshua says, I got a DEXA scan done and I'm currently at 17% body fat. Man, you're 260 at 17% body fat. You are jacked, man.
Mm-hmm.
Send me some pictures, bro.
Robert's just jealous. It's fine.
I'm just jealous. Yeah, I'm like 175.
Wow. First time I caught a live since DSK started. Miss y'all's lives.
Awesome. Glad to have you back.
So do you have any words of advice for converting in a recovery vegan to keto? My brother has been vegan for 4 years, almost 5. I've introduced them to keto bricks and he has bought a few. But he only eats fish currently, and I'm trying to get him to get into the health benefits of keto. Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead.
The best thing you can do is you go and you get a locally raised, grass finished, because it's going to taste a little bit better, steak, ribeye steak. And you're going to want to reverse sear that puppy. And you're going to want to like make sure you got a good crust on there and put a little bit of Roquefort cheese on top. Let it just kind of melt in and let those flavors melt. Make sure you let the steak rest after it's done cooking. And then you serve that up to him. And he's just going to be like, all right, this is it. This is heaven on earth right here. I can't not be keto now because this is my reality. It's probably not the answer. Is it?
Yeah, probably not. But, however, the keto bricks are great for anyone who is vegan, vegetarian, whatever, trying to get into keto, whatever, because it does have some protein, and it does have lots of fats and things like that. Fish is great, but you also don't want to just get all of your nutrients in from fish. So I would maybe start just like easing them in with making sure they're eating plenty of eggs. Eggs are a really great transition thing. And it also kind of depends on why they've been eating that way. Are they eating that way because they don't like to kill animals? Are they eating that way just because they can't get past eating meat? Like, what is their reasoning? Because I actually don't. I've always not had like a craving for lots of meat. So I can totally get someone who just like doesn't prefer it. But I still make myself. I do enjoy it. But I sometimes have to go out of my comfort zone to try new things. So I would kind of see like what their reasoning is behind doing what they've been doing. But there's nothing wrong with supplementing some things in the beginning with avocados and maybe a couple of nuts, and then just like slowly introducing some of the meats maybe into a stew with a bunch of vegetables and just like some meats, lots of bone broth. Bone broth is another really great transition thing. Eggs, bone broth, maybe some cheeses, just to get in some more like really good proteins. So,
in a more serious note, I would encourage him to listen to some of the podcasts of ex-vegans that have gone keto carnivore and benefited from that, because I think hearing other success stories is an incredibly motivating thing. So. Yes,
totally. I think because a lot of people they also can't figure out why it's beneficial, but once they hear a lot of like ex-vegans or vegetarians or whatever start to go keto, they actually thought that they felt good, but then they ended up actually feeling really good after being keto for so long.
Yes. Joshua says he's a hobbit. I feel like a hobbit. I'm short enough. I follow your Sunday emails and wonder if you have any updates on products you have tried and still recommend. Yeah, I had somebody else ask me that. I need to just do like a
what was it?
full-blown recap. Products that I talk about in 7 Set Sunday.
Do you have any updates on your products?
So we the last email I talked about that Theragun, the Theragun Mini, and Crystal.
Best thing of my entire life.
Yeah, she likes it quite a bit. She's super spoiled though. She'll like lay in bed and she'll be like, Robert, gun me, and
well,
like
that probably doesn't sound great to say to other people.
you know what we're talking about. But yeah, so
yeah,
so
I
she's
always
spoiled.
yeah, I just say like, can you gun me tonight? Like I just like I don't know, because it feels so much better and you can get into a better spot when someone else is doing it. But I give it to you right back.
This totally sounds sexual, but
I know it does. It's not. But do you guys know what we're talking about?
I give it to you right back.
The Theragun things are just like they're really great. I'm really excited to see how they help our recovery and like not having so many knots and stuff, because Robert's lower back is just tore up, and I just think it feels good.
Yeah, but it is really good. There's a whole bunch of products though that I've used or have written about in the newsletter and still do use. A lot of the supplements. What is another one that really has been like a game changer? I've written about so many of them.
Someone else said, "Kids, leave the room."
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like go through and look at all my emails and then see what I'm talking about.
Sorry, that was funny.
What?
Someone else said, "Love the X3. Love X3. I ate my last meal. Stop talking about the ribeyes."
What's up, guys? What's up, Brandon? How you doing?
Oh, someone asked how you like the acupuncture mat. Did y'all like it? Yes.
Yeah, I do like it, but I think we're going to use it a lot more once we move into our house, because right now we have a warehouse, so the only space that we have to like lay that out is on our conference table. So we'll just be like laying on our conference table with an acupuncture mat. But
it also is best like when you're not wearing clothing, so that seems awkward.
Yeah, so if you visit the Keto Savage compound and I'm naked on the conference table on the acupuncture mat, that's what's going on. I'm just joking. I don't do that. That's why we don't do it. But it's a really good mat.
Yeah, you can lay it on the floor, and we just don't really get set for that, but it does feel really good. I think we also have a really hard time laying still. Like with the Theragun and stuff, like we can talk and we're interacting with each other. With the mat, you're just laying there for like 10 minutes or however long.
I do like it a lot though.
I do too.
Kids leave the room.
I thought that was really funny.
Was there any other questions there?
No, just people laughing.
All right, y'all. Hate to cut this one short, but I've got to go jump on a client call, so I'm gonna get my.
Good.
So I'm gonna get my computer. Oh, one more thing. We just put out applications for Keto Brick. So if you're interested in a position at Keto Brick, Keto Savage, Live Savage, Lady Savage, Live Savage Apparel, or any of the other entities we own, by all means, go to ketobrick.com and check out our team page. And there's a list of those available positions there. So feel free to apply or forward it to somebody that might be interested.
Correctamundo. Also, we are not going to be here next week, but because it's Christmas and we celebrate Christmas. So that is Thursday and Friday, but we're going to normally we put out a video on Friday. Instead, we're going to be uploading that on Wednesday so that everyone can be spending time with their families on Friday and not have to worry about watching the video. So,
how about a post webpage, perhaps on products? I'm interested in nootropics and brain supplements. So I am rebuilding the ketosavage.com website, and in that I'm going to totally update my current resource page with like my recommended products is super dated. So I'm going to redo that entire page, and it's going to have all the most up-to-date products that I recommend and use. So I'll definitely have that up and ready for you. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
What is the one? Isn't it Keto Brains?
The Keto Brains is the coffee creamer nootropic, and I do like that one a lot. And then there's a pill that I take from Bulletproof brand. I forget what it's called, but I'll figure out what that. I think it's called like Smart Mode. That's what it is, Smart Mode. And I like that one a lot too. Quote of the session. Gun me.
Oh no.
Gun me. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Thank y'all for everything.
We will not see you next week, but we will see you the week following. We will have a video that goes out on Wednesday.
Boom, chicken boom. Y'all have a wonderful, happy holidays.
See you later.